Hey everyone, I had a really productive day yesterday. I was all over the place, ran out the house early in the morning. I went to help good people to set up their pop-up store. Now, of course, this is, outside beyond cybersecurity. So I'm gonna run this video. This was in Planet Hollywood in Times Square. This is a new location, and they have a collaboration with this company called Village, and Village is producers of clothing for like weightlifting, bodybuilding. And I'll show you guys in a little bit. So, but this is a collaboration with Planet Hollywood. I was there assisting with all this, and I was working with a few people, and they were, they borrowed a couple of things from me. I helped transport them, and I just, I helped as much as I can. All right, and this was a nice facility right in the middle of Times Square, right where, right under Planet Hollywood. That's a restaurant. So this was me filming, just kind of showcasing. Yesterday was this. It was last night around 9 p.m. Eastern time, and their kickoff launch is gonna be at 3 p.m. today. All right, so this is their collaboration with Planet Hollywood. These are the designs. I never knew what Tokyo Ghoul was until yesterday, so I started looking it up. It's an anime, pretty sick anime, very very weird. Things that he does with his finger, and that's why you see this little. He cracks his index finger every time he's gonna beat the shit out of someone, whatever it is. But anyway, I was looking through that. This is their Instagram, and I met a few of the models that were there yesterday. Of course, today is gonna be a huge thing going on at 3 p.m. I'm not there right now. I'm obviously, I had to take care of the kids, but my wife is there. Again, if you guys are even in the area, general area of Times Square, this is going on for the next month. So this is a pop-up store between a collaboration. Now, I know this is type of businesses that I, associate myself with others. This doesn't necessarily have to be about cybersecurity. It's just other things that I find interesting, and I participate and I help, people that I know dearly, closely, and, trying to contribute as much as I can, just moral support, or just, even as simple as picking them up and dropping them off at a certain location to, just help alleviate less stress, because they actually had to transport a lot of clothing and other materials that they needed. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. And of course, this is day 4 or 5. I'm losing track, guys. I have to check myself. Where are we? I think we're at day 4. No, yesterday was day 5. Today is day 6 already. So what have I accomplished already? So I want to go over one critical thing that I've been watching, and one of the key things was in 100 years, everything that you're doing now, it's not gonna matter. But at the same time, I'm thinking and I'm reflecting on, in 100 years, I mean, I want to see how much I can accomplish now, right? So if I try my best to do what I want to do now, but minus all the stress because I just don't need it. So I've gotten to a point where there's a lot of little things in life that just doesn't really resonate well anymore. Meaning, like, if someone drops something, or, someone did something to you, like you kind of just want to let it go a little bit, but obviously, you have to still protect yourself, your family, and immediate family. So it's hard to say you go to work, and then you go, someone's telling you, oh, I need you to do this, I want you to do that, and then you sit there and you think about it, like, I mean, how relevant is this, by the time you turn 50 or 60? Like, is this even important anymore? I understand that it's work, it's a task that you're assigned to do, and it's like meant to hold you down, because they always have that carrot on a string, like, hey, you have to do this or you don't get paid, right? Some people are financially stable enough where they don't have to rely on things like that. Unfortunately, majority of us do have to rely on things like that. especially if you have a family, you have dependents. It's a lot to consider the pros and cons of this. If you decide to leave a job, there's consequences. It's not just all about yourself. You have others that you have to care for. um, I'm pretty much in one of those situations, right? And I'm sure a lot of other people are. I have seen the comments that you guys have made and coming in, like, unfortunately, or you made strides to get out of the rat race, the 9 to 5, and you made something out of it. You started your own business. So one interesting conversation I had, actually, I spoke to two people yesterday, and it was just more about reflecting. I know one person, and just hear me out. He left his job. Either he got fired or he left. I didn't know the true story behind it, and he wasn't very expressive of it. But he was just glad either they fired him or he left. He was just happy. He just didn't want to be there anymore. He was just struggling. The manager that he was under, he said that this person was horrible, horrible against the entire team, not just him, not just it's not just focused on one person. It was like don't know how to manage and just very abusive, very disorganized, and throw you under the bus at any given chance if something wasn't to go right. And he was more than happy to escape that. So I had a real heartfelt conversation with him, and I was like, how are you doing it right now? Like, I know when you left the workplace, meaning you left the 9 to 5 or you quit or whatever, or they fired you. I don't know. I didn't even go into those details. Like, what have you been doing for the last year or so, right? Um, he said, you know, not everything is always great, right? He may even put himself back in the market because whatever he was trying to do just didn't work, right? It didn't succeed. There could have been multiple things that this person was trying to accomplish. And unfortunately, unfortunately, if it did go well, he wouldn't have to consider going back into this work environment where you have to sit there in the office, for 8 hours a day, if not more, right? But, talking to him, he was like, oh, why don't you ask other people? I say, I can't because anyone else I ask, it's jaded, meaning they will not have the same response as he would because he hasn't been in that rat race for over a year now. Everyone else I will ask that I know that I would probably even want to ask is still holding a 9 to 5. So their opinion about keeping a job, you must be crazy if you leave, you're doing great, it would not get the same results. It would just not net the same results as what the person who's not working a 9 to 5 would do or say. And I took that really, close. I mean, even though it hurt to hear this person say, um, I may consider going back because financially we're not too great, right? His partner is working, so it helps alleviate some of the financial stress. But at the same time, if there was another income coming in, of course, right? Anytime there's more income, more money, more stability, it helps, right? Especially if you have children. Just want to put that out there. So that was, an interesting conversation. It got me thinking. I'm like, where do I want to be right now? Like, what do I want to do? And this is day 6, and I still don't know what I really, really want to do. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'm doing things. I'm running around. I'm participating. I'm having discussions, but it hasn't hit yet. Meaning that goal, that dream, whatever it is, it's not. Oh, I want to get the next cyber certification, or I want to get the next 9 to 5 in cyber. It's just, is that a goal? Is that a real achievement? Landing another corporate 9 to 5 job in cybersecurity, and that would be your accomplishment. Let's just say you're making 200 grand. Is that the real accomplishment? Is that what you guys think would be like My ultimate dream would be to work for a company making 200 grand and doing cybersecurity because that's what I love doing. That is my dilemma. Is that what I really want to do? And that's what I want to share with you guys. Catch you in day 7.